Today we're going to be ranking all of Michael Myers' finishing moves from Halloween the game. IllFonic went and showed us some of the finishing moves and kept most of them hidden because they want us to figure out the rest as we are playing. Let's get right into the ranking. I guess you can say that was a pretty shitty situation. Right? Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, I love how in this finishing move, everything sounds so like you can hear the survivor literally trying to catch air. And I love how Michael Myers, instead of going all the way through with it, he kind of steps back for a few minutes for the survivor to kind of look up at him one last time before he goes all the way through. I love how you can hear the full-on, gurgling. I know that sounds nasty, but it's just like, I love everything about it. And the fact that, when he puts his leg all the way through the finisher, you can hear it bounce off the walls. You can hear the echo of the kill bounce off all of the walls. And it's just, to me, we haven't really gotten that in horror games. So this is something new that everyone is kind of gonna love. Instead of it just one little sound cue, you can hear it bounce off the walls. And the fact that, he has power behind his kick. Okay, so I love how they full-on shown, instead of him just going all the way through with it like a fast little kick, they showed actually how much power he has behind that kick. For me, this got to be a 10 out of 10. Next up, we have the TV kill. This is personally one of my favorites. Now, the toilet kill is definitely going to be something I grow to like to. I gave that a 10 out of 10 because it just sounds so good. But the TV kill, for me personally, when he throws him right through that TV and you see that survivor squirming, screaming, being electrocuted, it's kind of the all-around perfect finisher that Michael could do. The only problem I have with it is, for some reason, when he throws him through the TV, it looks slow. It doesn't look like he's using much power or speed to put him through the TV. He just throws him through the TV. I feel like if they kind of sped things up, or maybe even added just that little power, a little bit more power behind that throw, it would be so much better than what it is. Now, I guess you could say that Survivor's seen the future, but sadly, he's not going to see that future. I gotta stop, bro. What am I doing? I'm personally going to give this finishing move a 10 out of 10. One of my all-around favorites. And I love how they added the classic stinger sounds. We've had stingers before, but just not those classic stingers from the older films. And we finally got it in the game. It makes it sound like you're actually living in that game, in that time. Back in the first and second movies, it actually makes it feel like you're there. You're actually living in it. So, personally, that's what makes this kill, a 10 out of 10. All the stinger sounds, just everything about this kill comes down to perfection, except for when he throws him into the TV. Like I said, they have to add at least that extra power behind him, because it looks a little too slow just for him to just do that. And then he get thrown into the TV, and that's it. And I don't like how he just looks away. I feel like Michael Myers would want to sit there and watch that victim's final last breath, instead of just looking away. Okay, now we have the coat hanger kill. Now, this is from the original movie when he hung Bob up on the wall of the coat hanger. And personally, I do like this one, but I'm not going to be giving it 10 out of 10 because I feel like there's more they could have done to it. I feel like when they put them up on the hook, they should have at least a little bit more of maybe a scream before they die, or just less squirming. I feel like it should just be either silent right after you hang them, or a little bit of a scream, more screaming when you hang them. So that for me is going to bring that down a bit. I feel like it's definitely not lower than a 6, but it is somewhere around 7. I'm going to say I just did the fucking thing. Now everybody's going to put it in my comments, bro. But I would give this kill a 7 out of 10 because, like I said, I feel like if two things should happen here. If you hang them up on that coat hanger, they should either go completely silent or make them scream a little bit more than what they're doing. Because in this clip, or in that clip, you could see that he's kind of screaming in the lowercase. If you get what I mean. He's not and it keeps going until the last final minute. I don't like that personally. I feel like they should completely go silent, or if you put them up on there should be more screaming to it for the first like few seconds and then cut completely silent instead of screaming in lowercase for at least 10 seconds long. Now, this finishing move is that classic Michael Myers thing to do. Those 2 stabs that he does before he takes that third one and puts it into her head. You know, he looks at those 2 stabs. He does the first stab, looks at it before pulling it out. Second stab, looks at it before pulling it out. Third stab through the head, pulls it out and spins that knife. He twirls that knife. That is the classic Michael Myers kill that honestly, personally, I love, and everyone I've seen in this community of Halloween and Michael Myers in total also love. I'm personally gotta give this one a 9 out of 10. And the reason why it's not a 10 out of 10 is because I feel like there could have been more to it, at least more gore to it. Like, they could have added some little touches to it. The fact that when he pulls it out of her head and he spins the knife, I wish you could see some blood on the knife. And I wish you could see blood on the knife as he is actually stabbing her for the first 2. But sadly, I feel like they're not going to do that. If they do it, it's going to be right at release. But I feel like they could have added that. Other than that, like, this kill is all around a great classic Michael Myers kill. So I would have to give it a 9 out of 10. This is perfect all around except for the little details of, like, not having the blood on the knife as he pulls it out of her head and everything. But classic kill, 9 out of 10. And finally, for this kill, you can see Michael Myers using his pickaxe to finish off the survivor. Now, personally, I love it, but it's just they should add more to it. When he does that first swing and he hits them with it and he drags them, I feel like there should be a little bit more screaming, because anybody that gets hit like that is going to be screaming like hell. And that's because that is a full-on axe going through your leg. The fact that he's crawling away adds such a perfect touch that saves this kill in so many ways. And then Michael Myers watches him crawl away for a little bit before he moves up and puts it through his head. And then when you hear him put it through his head, you can actually hear the sounds of it going through his head. And then when he pulls it out, you can hear it as well. These little small things definitely save this rating for this kill. Personally, I'm going to have to give it a 6 out of 10, mainly because they could fix a lot of these things. Like, when he first gets hit, he could add more screaming to it. When he's crawling away, have him, like, grunting in pain. And then when they finally finish him off like they did already, he goes silent, and you can just hear the kill. Everything about this kill is just satisfying because they kind of made up for it without the screaming. But like I said, I'm going to have to give it a 6 out of 10, mainly because those little touches like that definitely don't add a feel to, like, wow, I'm being killed, you know? That is going to be it for this video. I seriously hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I cannot wait for this game to release. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, turn post notifications on so you do not miss another Halloween the Game video. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out. Stay safe. I'll see y'all on Halloween.